Hello, my name is Scott Levitt and I'm the treasurer for the Oregon State Flying Club. In this video, I'm going to be giving a brief overview of the new Flight Circle software that we're transitioning to handle our flight scheduling as well as our billing. When you initially open the website, which is flightcircle.com, you're going to come to the schedule page. I have it open right now to the month view, but there are several other views, including split vertical, split horizontal, and several others. You can change your default view, which I'll show you how to do shortly. Button here allows you to filter by aircraft or instructors, and you can clear any filters you may have applied. Clicking the Today button will always take you back to today's date, and there is a date picker here. So to start off, I'll show you how to schedule a new reservation, which is very simple. You can just click on the date that you'd like to schedule a reservation. It's always going to default to primary and yourself as the pilot. Set your date and time. So I'll set 1800 to 2000 in 66083. You have the option to choose an instructor here and then hit save. So there are schedule restrictions which may pop up. If it's a warning, it will allow you to click through and still make the reservation. If it's a restriction, then you will not be able to make a reservation. Currently, local flight review is set as a warning, which will remain for probably the first month or so while we get everything transitioned over. Eventually, this will be a hard stop, and if your flight review is expired, you will not be able to make a reservation. For now, we'll click Make a Reservation, and it will go ahead and schedule the appointment for us for tomorrow at 6 o'clock p.m. If you hover over, it'll show you any additional reservations and a little bit of information about them. So checking out the aircraft will be the same as usual, where you go to CAS and they'll dispatch the flight for you. So I'm going to switch over to my account to dispatch this flight. And then we'll switch back to the test account. So you can see it's now green, which means it's dispatched. When you're done with the flight, you can either go back to the CAS office as you currently do, and they can check you in, or you also now have the option to check yourself in. So if you want to do it yourself, you'll go to check in, enter your hobs in, and the TAC in. It's going to show the standard aircraft rate. You can also add any notes or squawks down here if you want to add a new squawk, and then check in. The adjustments options, the only one available right now is a fuel reimbursement. So if you fly to PDX, for example, and buy fuel, you can type in, you bought 1 gallon for $5, add fuel reimbursement, and this will add a credit to your account. Of course, you'll be still required to send the receipt. Otherwise, the adjustment would eventually be removed. And you'll hit next. So this here is showing that we have a current balance on the account. One big advantage of this system is that you will always have an up-to-date balance, and you can pay that off at any time. So if you wanted to pay that balance off now, along with your flight, you can just hit Apply Now. And it is showing that we flew for 0.5 hours at $67.50. There's a $5 credit, and we're paying off the rest of our balance for a grand total of $165. Normally, you would hit Card and use a pre-stored credit card. For this example, we'll hit Pay Later and Finish. This will generate a receipt, and then you'll be finished. So we'll go back to the schedule. And now the reservation is grayed out, which means it's completed. So I'll go through some of the options with you. Members just shows the member database with their phone number and the last time they flew. Schedule will always take you back to the schedule. Reports gives you the option to view maintenance reminders or any squawks. You can also add a squawk from here by clicking Create Squawk. Messages will show any messages you have either from Flight Circle or from one of the administrators in the club. Online is just the status of the Flight Circle website, which should always be green. And here are your options under your name. So go into my account. And this will probably be one of the most useful features. This is your ledger and shows all of your history and payments. So here you can see a previous flight for $81, fuel reimbursement that was previously entered. Here's a couple more flights. Another fuel reimbursement, and it shows you currently have a balance of $165.50. If you want to make a payment, you will do that right from here. If you click on Pilot, this will show you some information that will have to be entered either by one of the board members or a flight instructor. Cards is where you can add a credit card to your account. So you would just click Add Card, put in the information, and then Add Payment Method. All of the cards are stored securely, and neither Flight Circle nor the club can see your card number. All we'll be able to see is the last 4 digits of your card. Otherwise, your information is stored by a secure token from the bank. AutoPay gives you options to autopay your bill. You can choose either full balanced or a fixed amount, and choose when you want that to be applied. User account allows you to change your password or email. Personal information lets you change some of your personal information. My associations will show Oregon State Flying Club and any other flying clubs or organizations that use Flight Circle that you're also a member of. For example, if you rent planes from CAS, they would be listed here as well, as they'll also be transitioning to Flight Circle. Schedule settings. This is where you can set your default views for the schedule. You can do both the desktop view and the mobile view. You can also click that your last view is sticky, which will default to whatever your last view was. So we'll save month view for both. Notifications allows you to set email address where notifications go and what notifications you'd like to receive. Social profile allows you to make some other settings. So we'll go back to the schedule. That wraps up the demonstration. Please feel free to contact either myself or Chris White if you have any questions about the software. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you around the airport.